Good morning, Lancaster.
I'm Jason.
I'm Jose.
This is CUPPA J's.
Yes, it is.
Where did that week go? Here we are again. Woo-hoo. My hair isn't even dry. I jogged in today.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
All the way from the Olympics in the torchlight.
That's right. That was me with the Bic. Yeah. I was the guy. I was the guy in the back of the crew with my Bic running along,
just in case.
Today on the program, we're going to be talking about live music, abandoned houses, and beer cans.
Ooh.
Yeah,
that's a great combination.
Stay tuned to find out how that works. What's in the cup? We're going to go back to our friends at Wanderlust Coffee, talking about one of their roasts. Ruby, what are you even doing today? I don't even know.
I'm talking about yet another reality dating show, but this one I think has to be my favorite of the many we've discussed.
Okay, great. Well, that's good. That's good to know. Thank you so much.
Can hardly wait for that one.
And we're getting fresh with Jose.
Absolutely, and not Subway fresh.
We're not eating fresh.
Yeah,
we're not eating fresh. But unfortunately, on CUPPA J's, we like to keep things fun and light. But we have some sad news. Very sad news today to report. We're going to start with that so that we can end on a high note.
Exactly.
When we decided to start this show many moons ago, I was at Home Depot one day and I decided to buy a cactus.
You did.
I did, and I thought to myself, I'm such a black thumb. Like I kill everything.
Yeah.
That I thought a cactus. Now there's a plant. There's a plant that I could keep alive. And if you've been following along, you'll notice my friend Mr. Cactus right here. Well, I showed up this week at the studio, and guess what?
Mr. Cactus is no longer with us.
No longer with us. I have an image I think we could show of Mr. Cactus, so you can kind of get an idea.
Boy.
Yeah. So I actually, and I thought, well, maybe I could revise him, or what is it? Revive him. Thank you. Revive him. I could revise him. I guess I could turn him into something else. But no. These are.
Did you try mouth to mouth?
I didn't. I tried mouth to cactus, but I got pricked by the little thingies. The cactus.
Not good.
Anyway, so there you go. Rest in peace, Mr. Cactus. In other sad news, we're actually going to be taking a couple of weeks off.
Well, is that really sad news?
So far, well, it is and it isn't. Okay,
we
have bad news and we have good news. The bad news is that we're not going to be around for a couple of weeks. And the good news is it's because we're going to be moving into our new media studio here at the Candy Factory. Look at that! Look at that shiny new media studio that has nothing in it yet except for me.
Yeah,
and a toilet.
In the toilet in the middle, and that's exactly where it should be, right in the middle of the room.
You have to take a peek at that. So we're going to be moving over the next couple of weeks. Setting up CUPPA J's and all of the productions that we do here at the Candy Factory and through So Good Lancaster over in the new studio. So we'll be back fresh, and I will have a new plant. I need some suggestions, so please chime in and let me know what kind of plant I should buy to replace Mr. Cactus that I won't kill.
A fake plant.
A fake. Okay. Fake plant. We have one vote for fake
two
plant.
Two plants, two votes actually.
2 votes.
And another sad news and good news at the same time is Ruby's going off to college. Ruby goes to college.
Ruby goes to college.
So we're going to see some fresh faces around here. I think maybe Ruby's going to be dropping by periodically.
I might pop in from good old Millersville University. You never know.
Okay.
We'll see.
Do some remotes.
Do some remotes from Millersville, and she's going to be going to school for broadcast media. Oh, is that right? Broadcast
media arts production. But basically TV broadcasting. So
kind of like what you do.
Kind of like what I'm doing right now.
Well,
but she gets credit for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Speaking of Ruby, let's take a look outside and find out what the weather's like here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania this morning.
Today's weather, refreshing.
All right.
Stand by, folks. The weather is definitely refreshing. Thank you, Ruby, for that. It's been a hot couple of weeks. And the weather's finally broken here in Lancaster.
Yeah, we love that.
So we appreciate that weather report.
Wonderful.
Ruby. Thanks, Ruby. I think we just regained our composure.
There we go.
I mentioned the Candy Factory. Do we make candy? No, we don't. We are a co-working club and social club here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. You can check out what's going on here at the Candy Factory at coworkinginlancaster.com. Find out membership information, schedule a tour, come and see us, and check out our new media studio, which members of the Candy Factory will have access to.
Mm-hmm.
We also are rolling out some new membership options for media-centric folks.
Yeah.
So if you're into creating content, producing media, come on down and check it out.
This is the place to be.
All right. Our question of the week this week: what is your favorite live music venue? What is your favorite live music? Live music is back. We're going to talk about that in just a second.
Yeah.
What's your favorite live music venue?
Well, it depends. It depends on whether I'm playing or whether I'm going to listen.
All right, let's start with playing. Where's the favorite place to play?
The place that pays me the most money. Simple as that.
Where's your favorite place to see music around the area here in central Pennsylvania?
Well, there's so many great places, but honestly, I think one of my favorite places is Long's Park.
Yeah?
Yeah, because it's like you're outside, fresh air, plenty of space. They have a decent sound system there, so
it's a great venue. It's a great band shell, and the energy for our Long's Park summer concert series here in Lancaster is always fantastic. No matter who's playing, it's kind of one of those things where you don't even bother to look. Sometimes you just go.
Yeah.
Sunday nights in Lancaster at Long's Park. I love some of our local venues. Telus 360 is really developed into a great live music venue.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, the basement there, the Speakeasy.
Oh yeah.
Is absolutely one of my favorite places around here to see live music.
Yeah, I've played on all of their stages there, and it is a great place to play.
Yeah, it's awesome. So chime in on whatever platform you're watching us on, and let us know what is your favorite live music venue in the area. We'd love to hear from you, and if you comment throughout the week, you have a chance to win a bag of our featured coffee and a shiny new Candy Factory mug. Do we have a winner from last week? Do we have a winner from?
This winner is Robin Keene. Robin, Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
Robin is Wonder Woman. I think that's what she's saying.
No, that was for our
okay.
our favorite superhero.
Oh.
Thank you, Robin, for checking out CUPPA J's, and congratulations on winning a bag of our featured coffee from last week and a shiny new
Candy Factory mug.
Candy Factory mug.
Yeah.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for two guys who like coffee to talk about what's in the cup.
All right, here we are once again back with our friends at Wanderlust Coffee, and this blend finally home. It's from their Off the Streets. It's a medium full-bodied and moderate acidity with chocolatey overtones and floral notes. Wanderlust is a not only they make great coffees, but they do great things with the coffee. So this is our blend of the week. Jason, what do you got?
So Wanderlust Roasters is founded by Tim and Christina Wenger, their son Nathaniel. They're also the founders of Taste the World and Kids and Cultures. Taste the World's an awesome. Yeah. It's coming back, I think. Slowed down, stopped for the pandemic, but going to be rolling back. Where you can travel to different restaurants in Lancaster and taste different foods from around the world. But they also are the founders of Wanderlust Roasters, and they do this really cool thing where they have nonprofit blends. So our feature this morning from for the Off the Streets nonprofit, basically what happens is they work with these area organizations. They develop a blend specifically for that organization, and then proceeds from the sales benefit those organizations. And Off the Streets is a great organization. Ruby has some firsthand experience with Off the Streets.
Yeah, this past Saturday, Ariana and I went and helped with a move Saturday morning. We moved a family into a house and then a single individual into an apartment. And it was just super cool, super fulfilling. And we have a feature coming out in the near future on So Good Lancaster, where we kind of dive in deeper. We interviewed some of the volunteers and give you a behind the scenes look. So very exciting. And
that's awesome.
Great organization.
Yeah, that's awesome that you guys did that. So Ruby and Ariana from, of course, our So in the Know show drops every Sunday, finding out what's happening around Lancaster, going out and volunteering, doing some good things for the community, as is Wanderlust Roasters. So thank you, Tim and Christina, for all the work that you're doing, and thank you for the great coffee.
Yeah, tasty.
So there's a ton of stuff going on. The Olympics kick off today.
Yeah.
We have Casey Kaufhold from Lancaster doing archery. So keep an eye on that.
Very good.
Unfortunately, we won't be broadcasting next week to give you an update, but you can follow along, of course. All the big Olympic hoopla. But also, you know, I think one of the best stories that I read this week was from our local paper, LNP, and it was brought to you by Kevin Stariker. I hope I know I'm not saying his name right. It's a great writer here at LNP, and it was about live music coming back in Lancaster. What he did was he visited 7 concerts over the last couple of months to write this piece. Everything from house concerts all the way up to Hershey Park Stadium. So he was at Tuck Ryan is a local artist here in town, and Tuck hosts a house concert series called Wooden Table House Concerts. He had a show bringing that back. Longs Park, of course, kicked off their series last week. Hershey Park Stadium had Luke Bryan play.
Oh, I was there.
And Kevin was there. How was the show, Rube? Was it good?
It was great. I had a blast. It was just weird to be back with so many people.
Yeah,
I was like, this isn't right.
I haven't done that, and I'm sure that's going to be interesting. Also, of course, Tellus 360 hosting shows and Phantom Power. There were 2 rock shows that Kevin visited. One was a David Bowie celebration, and another was a local band with John Smith's Voyages and Winton Existing. And then the Pat Garrett Amphitheater up in Berks County. I've never been up there, but Kevin visited face-to-face show, a 90s punk band. Have you ever been up there, Jose?
No, I haven't.
To Pat Garrett's amphitheater in Berks County?
No, I have not. I've driven up in that area, but and seen the signs for it, but
yeah,
never made it.
So in any event, it was a great piece, and I enjoyed learning, just kind of getting back into the spirit of live music here in the central Pennsylvania region. So get out and see, and chime in on our favorite or our question of the week, your favorite live music venue in the area. Piece that came out this week in the New York Times is pretty interesting. It's about abandoned buildings. So I was reading, I was just fascinated by it because I don't think about abandoned buildings very much, or visiting abandoned buildings. But this piece talked about this movement that's happening, and really over the last 10 years with photographers who are finding these abandoned properties and going into the buildings, and then sharing on their Instagram accounts. A couple of the photographers who were mentioned, Brian Sansevera is a Long Island photographer who has an Instagram account, and on his website he's selling a photo book called American Decay. And looking at some of these images, we have some up on the screen here. Fascinating, right? And creepy.
Yeah, something about abandoned buildings, a little creepy.
Yeah, especially because these photographers are finding these buildings that are essentially look like that people just left. They're actually it's not just a building that's falling apart. It's like they're going inside and finding tables that are even set in some cases, in these found objects. In the South, there's a woman named Kelly Gomez who has a website called The Forgotten South. And The Forgotten South is really a history-focused website.
Okay. And
she has an Instagram feed. And on that Instagram feed, she publishes photos of abandoned buildings from all over the South. She's out of Durham, North Carolina right now.
Okay.
Grew up in Gainesville, and that's where it piqued her interest as a child to start to follow some of these. She said there was a really interesting quote. As a child, she wanted to study the Titanic for the rest of her life. She heard about the Titanic sinking and wanted to study that. So she got into history. So I did some more research into this stuff and found that one of the biggest names in this industry, a fellow named Matthew Christopher, he's out of Philadelphia here in Pennsylvania, and shot a lot here in the central Pennsylvania region. And he has a website called Abandoned America.
Okay.
And this thing is huge. His Facebook following and his Instagram following really big, and he's shot all over the country and been featured in New York Times, the LA Times, USA Today. Fascinating stuff. And really creepy. So if you're interested in checking these guys out, do some Googling for that. Would you go into an abandoned building, Jose? Would you seek out an abandoned building?
I would not seek out an abandoned building. I figure that there's a reason that it's empty, and if it wasn't good enough for them, it's probably not good enough for me.
if somebody decided to bail,
there's got to be a reason.
I remember, I'll tell you real quick. Up in Johnstown, Pennsylvania, where my grandmother lived. We actually walked past a house that the neighborhood was sort of in decay from the closing of a lot of the industry up there. And we actually walked past a house that was like that and looked inside, and all the furniture was still there. Television. Yeah, it looked like a regular living room, and people just walked out one day and closed the door, and it really freaked me out. So anyway, abandoned buildings. It's hot.
It's hot. Hot take.
And finally today, Sarah Gellhorn, one of our viewers, tipped us off to a story that was actually rehashed from WJL's archives. And this was a story about a fellow over in York Haven in York County. It was an older story, but it was about Jeff Lebo. I hope I'm saying that right. Lebo, Jeff Lebo from York Haven, who's a beer can collector. So I did a little research on Jeff and found out that he started collecting cans in the 1970s when he was a teenager. He wanted to answer the question, how many cans are there in the world? And so he continued this hobby through college, and it turned into a lifelong career. So in 1998, he and his dad built a house called the Brew House Mountain, specifically to hold his beer can collection.
What?
Yes. More than 99,000 beer
Bottles
cans.
of beer on the wall.
99,000 beer cans in this house currently. And he eventually branched into other brewer memorabilia.
Mm-hmm.
And so this whole house is like a museum of brewery memorabilia. In 2014, he started to rent out the house on Airbnb and HomeAway, and you can actually stay there. So we were checking some of the availability last night, and it looks like it sleeps up to like 10. So a group can go and spend a weekend in a house with 99,000 beer cans.
So Good Lancaster field trip.
Is that a So Good Lancaster field trip?
Wow.
His website is called cansmartbeercans.com. And not only does he collect memorabilia, but he also does auctions. So he's become essentially a guru, an international guru of beer cans.
Wow.
So
I didn't realize that there was that kind of a market for beer cans.
it just goes to show you that if you have a passion for something, run with it.
Man.
Run with it.
And then your hair will be wet like yours this morning.
Isn't that something? It's so humid. It's so humid.
It's so humid.
It just won't be this afternoon. I'll be walking around with wet hair. That's it. Jeff Lebo,
Okay, cool.
Brew House Mountain. We're gonna go check that out. Ruby, what do you got today? What are you bringing to the table, to our gift to the internet?
Oh, just you wait. So there was a new dating reality TV show announced, because we need more. As we know, we don't have enough here on our streaming services. This one, though, I know previously we talked about Sexy Beasts, and we're excited for that. That one actually just dropped, which I still need to watch it and give a review. But this one really struck my interest when I saw the title. It's called F-Boy Island, and it's going to be premiering July 29th on HBO Max. And the whole premise of this show is really interesting, actually. Basically, there's 24 guys on this island and 3 women, and they're going to be looking for love in this group of men. Half of the men are self-proclaimed nice guys, and the other half are self-proclaimed F-boys. And pretty much the whole point of the show is these 3 girls do challenges to try to figure out which of the guys are the nice guys and which of the guys are the F-boys. There's a cash prize. So the F-boys are in it to win the money, but they might find love and convert to a nice guy. It's this super weird premise, but I'm going to be watching.
Yes, for sure.
Obviously. How can I not? It's called F-Boy Island.
F-Boy Island.
F-Boy Island.
We are the nice. You know, we're self-proclaimed nice guys.
No, I'm not.
No.
I'm not an F boy though. I'm a Y boy.
A Y boy.
A Y boy. And that's because that's all I heard when I was a child. Why, boy? Why are you doing that, boy? Why, boy?
Self-proclaimed Y boy.
Self-proclaimed
The Y boys. That's what we're going to change the name of the show to here.
Yeah, there we go.
But yeah, one of the old, I think, producers from The Bachelor spun off and did this show. So, it'll be great.
It's going to be awesome.
Great content. I'm going to have to do a full review of just all of the dating reality shows that we've talked about.
Absolutely.
I think.
Wow.
We need it.
Thank you for that report, Ruby.
You're welcome. July 29th.
That's right, folks. You are witnessing the destruction of our civilization. It's going on right now.
It's in real time.
Right down the toilet.
It's streaming as we speak.
Wow.
The downfall of Western civilization.
Wow. So that's amazing.
So what's happening in your world, my friend Jose Johnson?
The usual. Pondering. I was actually listening to some playlists, and I have a varied interest in music, and I was actually listening to some 90s hip hop. I'm a big fan of 90s hip hop, and some of my favorite artists, like I'm definitely a West Coast kind of guy. I definitely dig like Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, things like that. Wu-Tang, that's as far east as I get. But I started thinking about, well, where do these names come from?
Yeah, right.
Where do these rappers get their names? So I started doing a little research, and I found that there were 4 very typical ways that names came about, and they were either a derivative of a real name. Okay. They were based on a childhood nickname. They were based on a character, usually a fictional character.
Okay.
Or it was based on some sort of characteristic.
Okay.
Descriptive. So, like for example, name. Some of the people that their names were their real names affected the hip hop names, like Dr. Dre.
Sure.
Okay. Well, originally, actually, his performance name was Dr. J after Julius Erving, but he changed it to Dr. Dre because his first name is Andre.
Perfect.
Okay, makes sense.
Makes sense.
Young MC. Young MC's name is Marcus Young. Okay, perfect sense. So, like, I have kind of a hip hop name. I use it for music production, and it's J Cube. J Cube Production, because my initials are JJJ. So another one's like Eminem. His name's Marshall Mathers. So it started out as M ampersand M.
Yeah.
But that would have led to a whole lot of legal problems. So he changed it to Eminem. Now nicknames. Okay, so examples of some nicknames. Snoop Dogg, for example. I talked about him. His mother used to call him Snoopy.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. So that became Snoop Doggy Dog, and then Snoop Dogg. A favorite character person is Waka Flocka Flame. I love that name. Did you love that name?
Waka Waka Flame.
Waka Flocka Flame. He loved Fozzie Bear as a kid, and so his cousin started calling him Waka for Waka Waka Waka. So that's interesting. It's really funny because especially you look at him, it's like this guy is all tatted up and he's got a Fozzie Bear, on his chain. Another character person is Jean Grey. I got turned on to her actually. Method Man, who's another one of my favorite hip hop artists. Method has a podcast on Sirius that's about the Marvel universe, about all Marvel comics and stuff. And it's like this combination of the art and culture, and there's a lot of hip hop people on it, and a lot of other comedians and things like that. And it's a real kind of interesting discussion with the artist, and also he always brings in as a guest someone from the Marvel world.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it's really real cool. So if you haven't checked it out, please check that out. But there's a character I got turned on to. I'd never heard of her. Her name is Jean Grey. Now she started out her original rap name was, you'll love this one. What? what and she changed it to Jean Grey after the character from the X-Men became Phoenix. Then obviously we have people the characteristics like Biggie Smalls. Biggie Smalls, Notorious B.I.G., big dude. Sometimes the characteristic one is it's ironic.
Sure.
So Biggie, you hear Biggie, you look at him, it's like, oh yeah, Biggie. So like a sample of an ironic one, would be the Old Dirty Bastard, ODB, from Wu-Tang Clan. So despite the name, the Old Dirty Bastard, he was not old. But what I figured is that our crew here, the CUPPA J's crew, we need our rap names.
I think you're right.
And the newest way of generating, and this was fascinating to me, was Childish Gambino. Do you know who Childish Gambino is?
No.
Okay. Childish Gambino is actually a multi-talented actor, writer, producer, director, singer, and his name is Donald Glover. So if you ever saw the show Community, that's Childish Gambino. He started his character, and the way he came up with the character of Childish Gambino is he used, I mentioned him before, the Wu-Tang Clan, the Wu-Tang name generator. And so the Wu-Tang name generator is a way that you can create your own
rap name.
So I thought it would be kind of fun for us to maybe take a look at that and see if we can generate a name. So we're going to do this in real time here.
Scooby Rube.
Scooby Rube.
Yeah, I don't even need the generator.
We don't need the generator. Okay, so let's see. You know what? Here, I've already put in Jason Mundock. Jason Mundock, from this day forward, you will also be known as Scratchin' Warrior.
That sounds perfect for me. Scratchin' Warrior.
Scratchin' Warrior. So that is Jason Mundock.
I do get itchy.
You do, yeah. It could be because your hair's wet. All right, so we know that now that Jason is Scratchin' Warrior, but we're going to move on over to this other one. I found this other site. It's namegenerator.org.uk, and it has all kinds of different ways you can different things you can do, generate names, band names, song names, and we're going to do one for Ruby.
All right, let's do Ruby.
So this is actually a question and answer sort of thing. So Ruby, I need to know, what is your favorite TV character?
Oh, Perry the platypus.
Perry the platypus. Okay.
I was not ready.
Ruby Mundock is your name?
I think so. Last time I checked.
Name of a criminal.
I don't know. Put one down. I don't know any criminals.
Dad, help her out.
Criminals. Who is that guy that you used to like that they made that song about, the Mexican cartel guy?
Oh, El Chapo.
Yeah, El Chapo.
El Chapo. Something really pleasant, like flowers or kitties or something.
Cupcakes.
Cupcakes. All right. And an adjective to describe you or your music.
Exciting.
Smooth.
I feel like Mad Libs right now.
Okay. The name of your favorite childhood pet.
Rufus.
Rufus. All right. And let's see what we come up with for some rap names for Ruby. Booby Ruby.
It's like elementary school all over again.
Rufus L. I like this one. Ruby, spelled out.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah. Exciting face Ruby.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Perry Contemporary.
Oh yeah.
Very contemporary. That's the one.
Let's see. Let's see. Ruby Booby. Nah.
No.
Platypus Plu. Okay, that's got one. That's Rubia M.
There's a lot to choose from here.
Yeah. Perry Arbitrary. I like that one.
Oh, Perry Arbitrary.
Yeah.
That's
Perry Dictionary. That won't work because that would have words in it that you don't like. Let's see. Ruby Ormus M.
Interesting.
Cupcake L. Totes exciting.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Plapper Platypus. Inspector inciting. Ruby Kruby. Rubalicious M. I think that's always good. And on and on and on. So I think we're going to pick one. Which one do you like so far?
Perry Arbitrary.
Perry
I love
Arbitrary?
it.
Okay,
Yep,
Perry
that's the
Arbitrary.
one.
Okay, so we've got Perry Arbitrary and we've got Scratchin' Warrior, and then we'll at some point later we'll come up with a name for the boss and Kirby.
Yes.
So
That's coming.
there you go. So if you're bored and you want to check out any of these rap generators, come up with your own name.
Oh boy, what's your name again? Contemporary. What is
Perry
it?
Arbitrary.
Very arbitrary. Welcome to the
Thank
program. Well, guess
Keep on
what?
scratching.
Because we're not going to be here for the next 2 weeks, we're going to give you a bonus 3 minutes of Cup of J's this week.
Really?
It's Friday, and that means it's time for
What?
Weekend Shenanigans.
Weekend shenanigans.
what do you got going on this weekend, my friend?
What do I have going on this weekend? Well, that's a good question. I actually have a lot of stuff going on this weekend. So I'll do a little plug here.
Okay.
One of my favorite restaurants in Central Pennsylvania is in Harrisburg. They actually have one down here in Lancaster, but my one in Harrisburg is my favorite. It's Harvest Seasonal Grill. Been a loyal member or customer up there for since they opened. But because all of the stress and anxiety that's been caused by the pandemic, especially in the entertainment industry, the food and entertainment industry. A lot of people that are still dealing with a lot of stress and anxiety.
Sure. Yeah.
So they've invited me to come up and to do a 30-minute presentation
that's great.
for their employees. So I'm going to do an employee training up there and show them some mindfulness tips, ways to deal with the stress and the anxiety that they're all dealing with right now. So that's going to be a lot of fun for me because those people are kind of like my family.
Yeah.
There, so
that's a great thing to do, and it's awesome that they invited you to do it.
Yeah. So if you need help for your business to chillax and not choke somebody, let me know.
Check out JCube.
JCube, that's right.
A lot going on this weekend around the area. I just wanted to point out that Telus 360 is one of our favorite live music venues here in town, and they've got just a ton of stuff going on. I was checking out their calendar Saturday night, just Saturday night. Tuck Ryan on the Roof. They've got a comedy show, National Comedian in the Temple. They've got 2 more acts in the front room, which is the bar they call Tig Mary, and then a dance party in the Temple at 10 o'clock. All in one night under one roof. Telus 360. Check it out, telus360.com. Do we have anybody chiming in this week?
Dance party. Do we have any?
Yeah, William says, used to be the Chameleon Club. RIP, the Chameleon Club. Closed down officially, right?
I think
Chameleon.
so.
Ariana says, Long's Park agreeing with Jose this
Wow.
week for a
That's the
live music
first.
venue.
That's amazing.
That's the first time Ariana's ever agreed with Jose Johnson. And no more?
Well, Sarah Gilhorn does say that Jason is so pop culture challenged.
That's very true. Not necessarily a live music venue, but a true statement from our friend Sarah.
Yep.
So, folks, thanks so much for tuning in to Cup of J's this week. We'll see you in a couple of weeks in our brand new media studio here at the Candy Factory. In the meantime, don't forget, keep your cup full with all the things that make Lancaster
so good.
Candy Factory.